Imagine getting paid just for sharing your thoughts on products and services you use every day. With Survey Junkie, it's that simple. Click on the link in the video description to discover how you can start earning today by taking surveys.
A glamorous PR guru has revealed how she went from living in one of Australia's most exclusive suburbs to sleeping in her car. Glen-Marie Frost once lived the high life in Sydney, mixing it with the rich and famous, jet-setting across the globe, and residing in a lavish harborside mansion. But her world came crashing down after a divorce left the savvy businesswoman with barely any assets, money, or a place to stay. This is her incredible story of resilience. Early days. Glen-Marie grew up in Brisbane, where her mother ran a deportment school and modeling agency. She did some modeling herself and won a swimsuit competition run by the Great Barrier Reef Promotional Council at the age of 18, becoming the Coral Queen, which introduced her to the world of media and public relations. After winning that, I used to call myself the Coral Trout, but I was traveling around Australia and doing media interviews, Glen-Marie told Daily Mail Australia. It's almost like I was a little star. But I got to experience a different world outside Brisbane. Moving to Sydney. In 1969, at the age of 19, Glen-Marie moved to Sydney armed only with her parents' good wishes, an electric fry pan, a toaster, and an electric blanket. Her career launched rapidly due to hard work and the belief people had in her. I've been lucky like that. I've always had people there offering me a great opportunity. I've never applied for a job, Glen-Marie said. She started working with the International Centre Foundation, which conducted a home host scheme for overseas students staying with Australian families. The organization also ran the Miss International quest to raise funds, and Glen-Marie chaperoned the winner to 13 countries around the world. By 21, I was traveling the world as a guest of governments. It broadened my horizons from Brissy. She mixed with key political players in Canberra, applying for government grants all by bluff. At 25, Glen-Marie was the face of the marketing campaign for Bankcard, Australia's first mass credit card. Glen-Marie joined De Beers, a major diamond company, in 1978, as head of Australasia marketing. Promoting diamonds was a totally different ball game. The job took her to London and New York as well as further flung destinations across Asia and Europe, and she became known as the Diamond Lady. I enjoyed the sophistication of it all. I embraced it. I learned so much about life, she said. Glen-Marie worked for De Beers for 5 years, before deciding to head up her own international PR consultancy firm in 1983. The glittering world of diamonds was appropriate. In the 1980s, Sydney was known as the Emerald City. It was a decade of decadence, fueled by champagne and spectacular social events, including the famed costume Cointreau Ball. Glen-Marie recalls the 80s as a heady time of working hard and playing hard. Everything was about glamour and having fun and partying. It's all right to party, but you still had to work the next day. It was the time of big hair, which I loved, particularly now I've lost most of it. It was shoulder pads, silhouette dress and high heels. Glen-Marie rubbed padded shoulders with Australia's A-listers, presidents and actors, including Donald Trump, Bill Clinton and the Queen. In 1985 Glen-Marie married Bob Frost, the executive chairman of the Australian subsidiary of a UK property group. The glitzy wedding reception for around 300 guests including politicians and business types lasted until 4 a.m. Life was good. Glen-Marie had a stellar career, was married to the most generous man in the world, and then their son Andrew was born. They also moved into a sprawling mansion in Bellevue Hill, in Sydney's exclusive eastern suburbs. In 1997, Glen-Marie was approached to work on the Sydney Olympics in the high-powered role of General Manager of Communications and Community Relations. Glen-Marie has mixed feelings about this time. Sydney was on fire. You were so proud to be Australian. However, the job was stressful. The first couple of years, I just ran with it, and everything was going fine, and the last couple of years was like living hell. It was during her work on the Olympics cracks started to appear in Glen-Marie's life. Her husband's company had earlier been going through some financial difficulty, but the lavish lifestyle had flowed on. They were Ev.